Okay, so I had some questions from the last short I posted where I had 3 different views of my plane. I had a cockpit view, then I had a landing gear view, then I had a window view from the right side. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get those 3 different views in a short. I'm going to show you how to do it and film it on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm going to show you how I do it on my phone, and I'm going to show you how to edit it to look like that, all on the same landing. I'm going to do one landing with the recording, but so just stick around for the whole video. Shouldn't be a super long one, and let's get started. Okay, so what you want to do on Xbox X, I'm not sure if it is just an Xbox X setting or if it's all platforms for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, but I have the Xbox X, so what you do is you're in a free flight mode, sorry, you go up to the top of the screen. I would recommend, especially if you're on your short final or long final like I am, I would 100% recommend being on the pause mode right here, because you can also set that up in settings so that there's a shortcut. I have it as P, but I really recommend pausing your flight, and then active pausing. Then you're going to look through here. You should, if you don't have any extra mods or anything, you should see all of these. I want you to go to the FCR button, and you're going to click on that. Alright? Now, this is going to pop up here. Okay? Drag it around. Put it some quieter screen. Doesn't matter. But what you want to do is go record right here. Alright, now you're going to see this. Notice there's 00:00 on both sides. That's because it's going to work as if you're filming on a phone, but it's going to be screen recording. So what you do is you hit this circle button, which is going to start recording. Alright, now notice it's not started yet. That is because I'm on the pause mode. If you are on the pause mode, the stopwatch is not going to start. So that gives us time. We're going to drag it up to the corner. This is optional. I just would like to be able to see the runway that I'm trying to land on. This is Honolulu International runway 8 right, by the way. Now that it's started, it's ready, set up, we're just going to hit the minus button up here. That way it's even smaller. Great. Now, we are ready to land, so make sure that your airplane is set up in landing configuration, alright? Because if it's not in landing configuration, you're going to have some problems landing. Make sure the gear down, the flaps good, and your throttle is not at full, because you do not want to run the landing gear through the wings. That would not be good for the fuselage. Okay, now I'm going to unpause the flight. It may jolt a little bit and might start a little bit higher FCR tab over here. Alright, right here. It says FCR embedded. We're going to go over and we're going to click this arrow that we clicked before. We click the minus button and it turns into the arrow. We're going to click the arrow. Remember, if this video is going too fast, just pause it. Then we're going to click the little circle again, and that is going to stop our recording. See, it stopped at 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Now, the amazing thing about this is this take plane control button. So, when we go and we hit the play button to start playing our recording, we're going to shoot up into the air, right? If you're on the ground, just basically reverses time. Now, if I were to stop recording, and then if I hit this button, it's going to delete this recording here, and it's going to start a new one from where we are, and it's going to give me control of the plane. Or we can hit this button, and it's also going to give me control of the plane. But let's not do that. So this basically, I'm not touching the controls. You can see my hands. So I'm not touching the controls. I'm just going to hit this play button, and watch us land. See again. My hands. Good. And since we've already seen this, what we're going to do is actually fast forward a little bit. Alright? Now, let's say, oh boy, the cockpit view for some reason is getting boring. You know, I don't want to see this again. I've already landed this exact landing before. Well, there's a fix to that. Now, what we do is we hit the external view. Okay? Boom. Got the external view. You can look around. Some cool, nice A320 Neo. Easy get. They did not sponsor this video. Now, I like this view when I'm on external view because it shows the main landing gear and the nose wheel. So, let's hit play, and let's watch this landing again from the external view. Now, what I would do is I would record this with your phone, or if you're on PC, you can record it with a screen recorder, or if you have a screen recorder hooked up to your Xbox, you can do any of those options. I use my phone because I don't have money for a screen recorder or a PC. So now that we've landed, sorry I was shaking my controller. Now that we've landed, let's say we want to watch it again from another angle. Oh boy, wow, we like watching this landing, don't we? But this time we want to get to the window view. So the way I do this is I go back into the cockpit view, and there's a way if you use controller. You have your controller, if you hold down this button here, hold that down. Now you can move your whole body and look around. And the typically rudder pedals, if you're using controller, they make you go up and down. Okay? Now, even if the flight is unpaused, you can still do this mid-flight if you're on autopilot. I would not suggest it because if you forget to hold this button down here, you're gonna crash or overg, but I've done it before and it usually works out nicely. So I'm just gonna hold this, and I'm not sure if all planes can do this, but I know that the A320's door can actually open here, and that makes it easier because on the 737 MAX, you have to like phase through here like this, but on the A320, the door just opens, which is very helpful. So now we can go into the cabin, and we can go back and find a window seat. I personally like right behind the engine, because I just think that's the coolest view, because you get to see your wing, and you can kind of judge how rough the landing was or how soft the landing was a little bit better than if you're right behind the cockpit. So come up to the window, just kind of, again, use the, if you don't have a flight stick and you do use controller, just hold down this button right here, and then you can use the rudder things to go down and up like this. So if I go like that, we go. That's a good view of the wing, see? Perfect view. So then what we're going to do is set the controller down, and we're going to fast forward the video a little bit because we've already seen this landing a few times. So fast forward, since I'm in Honolulu runway 8 right, I'm over the ocean usually, but as you can see, there's a little bit of land down there. So now that we know we're over the runway minimums at least, we can just hit play. Here we go. Here's the landing from the window view. This kind of gives you a clue on how solid this landing was. Okay, so in the simulator, the physics are a little bit different. Sometimes they're not super realistic. Like basically every single time I land, even when I have super smooth, like minus 10 FPM landings, the wind still shakes a little bit. So that landing was a little bit rough for my liking if I'm trying to do the landing challenge, but a little bit off the center line. But that is okay for this video, because I'm just trying to show you how to set up instant replay. Now, we have that, and we have, and if you want in the short, on YouTube, if you want the 3 different views that I just showed you, the cockpit, the external view, and the window view, if you want those 3 views, you're going to have to record each of them individually. The best way to do that is just rewind to the same spot every time, record it from like there, hit play, and just keep going back and forth 3 times, one for each view. It might be a little bit, I'm sure there's a better way. That's just how I do it. And, so now you have your videos recorded, so I am going to see you in CapCut. Okay, now that we're in CapCut, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the new video button, and we're just going to click that. Okay, now we're going to select the 3 videos that we're going to use in our short. Okay, we got those, and we're going to hit add 3 at the bottom right side of the screen. Okay, now it's going to come up here, and what we're going to do first is we are going to try to get the TV, because I'm using my phone only to the TV. So one way I do this is for just single shorts is I go down to remove BG and then I go to custom removal, and you're going to use the brush mode, and you're just going to kind of paint over everything. Oh, that's the wrong brush. Hold on. There we go. That's the right brush. Now, as I was saying, you're just going to kind of paint over everything, make sure you cover everything, try to get as close to the top and bottom as you can, and just try to be as accurate and precise with it as possible, because it'll look better. Now, this is not what we're going to do for the short with 3 views. This is just if you're doing one single view and you would like to just kind of keep your whole frame, then this is what you might want to do, because what it's going to do is just keep the TV just like this and black out the background. Now, it's going to take a second to load for the whole thing, but I promise it will here in just a little bit. So now we're going to go on to the cockpit view now that we've finished up with the other view, and we're just going to do the exact same thing. Brush should already be selected, and the size should already be selected as well. And we're just going to paste over everything, make sure that the background disappears and turns black at the end after everything loads. You may end up getting a notification saying that, your thing loaded and then the background was removed. Sorry. So now that we're done with that, we can just click the check mark and it'll disappear, and then boom, the background's gone. So we can do landing and now the external view. So for the external view, what we're going to do is the exact same thing again. We're just going to brush. I'm going to go over it as fast as I can. It's okay if it's a little bit sloppy. Sometimes, if you're not planning on posting the short or right away, or if you're planning on touching it up, it does not have to be perfect. It basically never will be. So, I'm just going to be a little bit sloppy with this one because, again, this is not the short we're making. We're making the short with 3 different angles. Okay, that's done and it loaded. So we have them all the backgrounds cut out. Very good. If you made it this far, congratulations. Yeah, great job. So what we're gonna do now is just gonna review your video, make sure it all looks nice, how you want it to. Okay. So to get the 3 views, what you got to do is find the overlay button. I'm gonna look here for a second. No, not that one. Let's see. There it is. All right. Or the crop button, I mean. Sorry. So just make it kind of as small as you can without getting too small, so you still have a good view of it. So I go down just above the winglet there and just above the bottom of the window, and then I can drag it around a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to drag that to the top of the screen because we want that view to be at the top. Okay, as I was saying earlier, now we're going to go and do it again. Okay, going to do that one. And once we get this one, we're going to do it one more time. Okay, now that we have that done, what we're going to do is we're going to just scroll through it and make sure that they are the right size, because if they're not the right size, it's not really going to work. And it's going to take a little bit extra work to get it to fit. So, it's the right size. Now we are going to look for the overlay button. Got it wrong 2 times in a row, but now I'm sure I know that this is what we're looking for, the overlay button, okay? So you're going to click on the overlay button, and that's going to take it and make it under the short before it, or the video before the video that you clicked overlay on. Then you're going to hold it and just drag it to the very beginning. There we go. Now you can see both views at the same time. Okay, very good if you made it this far. I know it's a little bit fast, but I'm sorry. If you would like more detailed just this part, I can make a part 2. Just comment down below. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to select the next one. Oops. Alright, overlay. Nope, not add overlay, but we want to just click the overlay button right there, and we're going to delete the little, I don't like this thing, so I just delete it. And then we're just going to drag it, click it, hold it, drag it to the beginning. Okay, now get it lined up how you want it, because make it look good. You can add little borders or something if you have them. Just kind of watch through it, make sure the landings all match up. My favorite way to do this is by telling, like, if you see once you land and the wheels hit the ground, the speed brakes come up. So that's what we want. But what we also want is to make sure that all of them are the same length, because you don't want a big black screen at the end. That would not be very good for your viewers. So now we're going to make sure that the landings are lined up so it's the same exact view every single time. But see, the top and bottom view, the speed brakes come up at the exact same time almost. It's like within a few milliseconds off, which that's okay. So now that we've got it pretty close, we just have to kind of guess with the cockpit, because this is not the smoothest landing or the most center line landing, but it's smooth enough that sometimes it's slightly hard to tell exactly when it touches down. So just kind of guess a little bit based off of how long you hold the nose up, and just go off of that, because you want it to look professional and all together. So I already have it timed so that the videos I filmed them at the exact same time on the instant replay, so mine should be lined up already. But now we're going to speed it up to 2 times because it's 23 seconds long, and we have to do this for all 3 of them. Go to 2 times and go to speed. Make sure that when you go to speed though, you click on the normal. You don't click on curve or any other option. It's just normal, because if they're not sped up at the same speed, your landings are going to be off and it's not going to look right. Okay? So just make sure that it's all just on the normal mode, not curve and not velocity effects and stuff like that. You don't want that. So now it's sped up a little bit. Now it's just like 12 seconds or something like that. And boom, speed brakes. All right, looks like our landings should be timed together. So just make sure that they start at the same time. Make sure that you mute it, because you don't want the sounds of the engines. I mean, you can, but sped up, it does not sound good, especially in the Airbus, because it's calling out all your speeds in Boeing. And we can just hit export in the top right, hit done right there. And I'm sure if you have posted on YouTube before, you know how to do the rest. You just upload it to YouTube, bada bing, bada boom. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next in a long form or short or anything, and see you next time. Bye.